this video, we're going to talk about how to take leads at first base properly. Now, if you know me, you know I'm not a big absolute guy. Like, you have to do it this way or you have to do it that way. But at first base, when we're taking leads, there are two absolutes that I believe we need to follow. Now, I came up with these absolutes. I mean, I was taught this from coaches, but I didn't always quite listen. I didn't really pay attention until I had a couple embarrassing moments out here on the bases. So hopefully my experiences and some of the embarrassment that I faced, hopefully you can learn from that and won't deal with the same thing. So when we are taking a lead at first base, the first absolute, the number one thing that we must do is we have to know where the ball is. All right. We had a first baseman in high school that was really good at this. He would catch the ball, kind of give the fake throw back to the pitcher and just hold it in his glove. And he would wait for the over-ambitious base runner to get that early lead and step off the base. And then our first baseman would just tag him and he was out. He would do that 2 or 3 times a season. It was unbelievable. So the first thing, make sure the pitcher has the ball. Make sure his foot is touching the rubber or engaged with the rubber. Once that happens, now I am able to take my lead. All right, so that is the first absolute. Know where the ball is always. Don't get off the base until you know the pitcher has it and his foot is engaged with the rubber. Number 2, the second absolute, do not cross your feet. Okay, so now I did this one time and miraculously didn't get picked off. But what I did was I stepped with my right foot and then I stepped with my left foot. From there, the pitcher made a snap throw over. If you notice, my feet are crossed. I'm in a terrible position to get back to first base. I had to give it kind of the reverse split type thing, and I'm not the most flexible guy, but it allowed me to get back to first base. Do not put yourself in that position. I realized that I was only like 1 foot off the base and I still almost got picked off. So absolute number 2, do not cross your feet. Now, to make that happen, we're going to start with our heels on the back side of the base, and I'm going to start with my left foot. So the foot that's closest to the pitcher, I'm going to take a step, and then from here I'm going to bring my right foot around. From here, I'm in a much better position. Now I can start to work my way off. I like to only go about halfway because from here, if I need to, I can still get back. So I bring my left foot about halfway in, and then I work out from this position here. I'm always keeping my eyes on the pitcher. I'm never looking down at my feet. I'm never looking back at the first base bag to see how far I am. I should know, okay? I never want to take my eyes off the pitcher. All right, so changing up the camera angle, I want you to see it from this side. I'm going to take my step with my left foot closest to the pitcher. I'm going to bring it around, and then from here, I'm going half steps out. Okay, ideally, I want to get to a 9, somewhere between a 9 and 12 foot lead off of first base. Base runners that have the highest stolen base percentage get at least 11 feet off the base. Now, this distance is gonna change. It's gonna be dictated by how quick the base runner is. Some are quicker than others, right? So they might be able to get a little bit bigger of a lead. It's also gonna be dictated on the pitcher's move. How quick is he over to first base? If he's super quick, we might not be able to get as far off the base. If he's slow and doesn't have a great move, we might be able to get a little bit longer. So somewhere in that 9 to 12 foot range is a nice, comfortable lead over here at first base. Now, one more thing I want you to think of. We got the 2 absolutes, talking about our lead now, but now the final piece of the puzzle. I want you to work on the back side of first base. So when we take our lead, I want to work on the back side of first base for a couple reasons. So when I'm working off and I'm taking my lead, I want to be working on this back corner if I have to get to the bag. It's going to be a slightly further throw for the pitcher. It's going to be a slightly longer tag for the first baseman, and sometimes those mini seconds are going to allow us to get back into the base safely. So we need to work on the back corner of the base. Also, this is something that I didn't know when I was younger, but if you were to draw a straight line from the outside of the first base bag, you are not going to hit the outside of the second base bag. You're going to actually hit the very middle of the second base bag. So the second base bag is pushed 7.5 inches towards the center field wall. So if you think about it, if I'm in line right here, let's say, and I take off and I stay on this line, I am gonna end up right in the middle of the second base bag. So I can technically even be just a tad deeper. So if I'm going back into the bag again, I'm working on the back corner. But if I'm stealing here and I take off, now all of a sudden I'm in a good position to work from the middle to the back corner of the second base bag. So we always want to try to work back corner to back corner, and that's going to help us if we take our lead a little bit deeper than the first base bag. So those are a few things I want you to think about when you're taking your lead. They're going to help you get the most out of your lead so you can be the best base runner possible. Remember, the two absolutes: know where the ball is, make sure the pitcher has it and is engaged with the rubber. Number two, do not cross your feet. You do not want to get picked off that way. And then number three, let's work towards the back corner of the base. When we do that, we're going to be a much better spot here taking our leads. We're going to be much more effective as a base runner.